My name is Isidro Figueroa. I'm the city's principal planner. I will be presenting Portofino Place, a project consisting of 92-story condominium dwelling units and associated site improvements on a 7.61-acre site. Entitlements associated with the project are a special use permit, a tentative subdivision map, a zone change, and a general plan amendment. The project is located on the south side of 5th Street at the intersection of Portofino Place. The project is proposing a general plan amendment to change the land use designation of the project site from business research park to residential medium. The residential medium land use designation allows a density of between 12 to 18 units per acre. The project is proposing a zone change to change the zoning of the project site from business research park to multiple family R2 zoning. The R2 zoning allows condominium development with a tentative subdivision map and special use permit approval. The project is proposing a tentative subdivision map for tract number 6064 to combine three existing parcels into one development with two lots for a condominium development on a 7.61-acre vacant site. Lot 1 will be improved with 60 units, gated entry, common swimming pool and playground area, parking, and associated site improvements. Lot 2 will be improved with 30 units, gated entry, common recreational building, parking, and associated site improvements. A special use permit for the development of 90 two-story condominium dwelling units with attached two-car garages, 222 visitor parking spaces, common swimming pool and playground area, a 3,281 square foot recreational building, entry gates and perimeter walls, private streets, detention basins, landscaping, and associated site improvements was approved on November 18th, 2021 by the Planning Commission with a vote of 6-1 in favor. The project site is located on the south side of 5th Street at the intersection of Portofino Place within the Seaview Estates neighborhood. Industrial uses in the Oxnard Airport are located to the north, residential subdivisions to the south, a car wash to the west, and an elementary school to the east. The current 2030 general plan land use designation for the project site is Business Research Park, and the existing zoning of the project site is Business Research Park. The current aerial map displays the project site in its current condition integrated within the surrounding community. The current aerial map displays the project site plan to give a better understanding of how the project would integrate with the surrounding community. Providing some background, the project site was part of a larger 17-acre project that had been developed in phases. In 2004, the council approved a general plan amendment and zone change to designate 7.885 acres of the 17-acre project as residential, located north and directly adjacent to the project site. The project site was to be changed to be inclusive of three parcels zoned commercial general through a separate application, but the applicant did not proceed and the site remained Business Research Park. A mitigated negative declaration was found to be appropriate and adopted by the City Council. The Council adopted MND 2004-11, which found the project not to have a significant impact to the environment if mitigation measures described in the MND were incorporated into the project. On March 19th, 2019, the City Council reviewed a pre-application for the project site that includes all of the components this project is requesting. The City Council reviewed and made general comments on the pre-application and found the general plan amendment and zone change request for a residential project generally acceptable. However, it preferred that the affordable housing units be built on site. It discussed the need to update the affordable housing in lieu fee payment because of the low payment amount. On November 18th, 2021, the Planning Commission voted 6-1 in favor to approve a special use permit for the development of the 90 condominium units and associated improvements. It recommended to the City Council to adopt Addendum Number 1 to the previously adopted MND 2004-11 and recommended approval of the following: a general plan amendment, zone change, and a tentative subdivision map. The project is located within the Oxnard Airport restriction zone and sphere of influence, which limits structural coverage to 25% and total height to not exceed 25%, 25 feet. The project has been designed to be consistent with the maximum allowed coverage of 25% and design all structures not to exceed the maximum 25 feet height limit. Mitigation measures require buffers as well as review by the Federal Aviation Administration. The General Plan Amendment requests to change the general land use designation from Business Research Park to residential medium to allow for a residential project. The project site is located on Fifth Street, a designated scenic corridor. The project shall incorporate a required 30-foot landscaping buffer to be consistent with the 2030 General Plan designated scenic corridor policies. The project as designed complies with the new residential medium land use designation and general plan policies. The proposed zone change request to change zoning from Business Research Park to residential multifamily R2 zoning would be consistent with the general plan request, therefore creating no internal inconsistencies between the new general plan amendment and the zone change. The project has been designed to meet all of the R2 development standards. The general plan amendment, again, would change the general land use designation of the parcel or the project site from business and research park to residential medium, and would change the existing zoning from business and research park to residential multifamily residential R2 zoning. The project is requesting a track map to allow for the subdivision of the existing project site into a project that would allow for 90 condominium units on 2 lots. The project is accessed by Fifth Street and bisected by Portofino Place. The project is conditioned to provide for off-site improvements such as pedestrian safety enhancement along Fifth Street by retrofitting existing streetlights along the project frontage with LED lights. The project shall construct 2 traffic calming devices on Portofino Place and Fifth Street and on Dunkirk Drive. All internal drive aisles shall be designed and maintained as fire lanes for parking, regulatory, and enforcement purposes. The addendum to MND 2004-11 analyzed vehicles miles traveled as required by the California Environmental Quality Act. In comparison, if an existing commercial project were to be constructed as it is currently allowed under its current zoning, the project site would generate 5,172,230 VMT annually. However, if the residential project is approved, it would drastically reduce the VMT annual miles by generating only 1,812,497 VMT annually. The project is mandated by the city's inclusionary ordinance to provide 10% of the units as affordable. The project has been conditioned to offer to rent or sell to households with annual incomes at or below 50% of the area median income or AMI for Ventura County. Therefore, 3 bedroom units and 2 bedroom units would be offered to all those at or below 50% AMI. In addition, 2 2-bedroom units and 2 3-bedroom units would be offered to households with annual incomes at or below 80% AMI for Ventura County. City and developer have negotiated an agreement to ensure units will be offered to appropriate households. On April 20th, 2020, a community workshop was held. Public comments focused on traffic along Fifth Street, traffic generated by the nearby school during the drop-off and pickup times, a traffic signal at the intersection of Fifth Street and Portofino Place, airport proximity, additional traffic generated to Dunkirk Drive. A petition was also received as part of the community workshop. The petition was critical of the project. In 2004, an M&D evaluated the commercial development of the project site. The project site was found to be suitable for commercial development. A 10-acre adjoining site was found suitable for residential development. There were no significant and unavoidable impacts identified in the 2004 M&D. Mitigation measures were incorporated into conditions of approval. An addendum to M&D 2004-11 was prepared. The residential project is a less intensive use than the commercial project analyzed in the previous M&D. There's also less traffic generated. And the addendum concludes that the proposed project would not create any new significant impacts or increase the severity of the impacts. No new significant effects identified. All mitigation measures included as conditions of approval in the special use permit resolution have been included. Some of the most notable mitigation measures are air quality, cultural resources and tribal cultural resources, geology and soils, land use planning, and noise. Staff recommends that the City Council adopt a resolution adopting Addendum Number 1 to a previously adopted Mitigated Negative Declaration 2004-11 and adopt a resolution approving Planning and Zoning Permit Number 20-620-02 General Plan Amendment to change the land use designation of the project site from Business Research Park to Residential Medium, and adopt a resolution approving Planning and Zoning Permit Number 20-570-02 Zone Change to change the zoning of the project site from Business Research Park to Multiple Family DR2 zoning, and that the City Council adopt a resolution approving Planning and Zoning Permit Number 20-300-02, a tentative subdivision map for tract number 6064, subject to certain findings and conditions, and approve an affordable housing agreement. This concludes staff's presentation. Thank you.